There is no tool for development more effective than the empowerment of women. Mr. Andrew Kelly, Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius and Seychelles, Mr. Jonathan Kohler, Public Affairs Officer of the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius and Seychelles, Dr. Armugam Parsuraman, Founder, President, Global Rainbow Foundation, Ms. Rima Ramsaran, President of the Association Mauricienne des Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, people of the Diplomatic Corps, past presidents, and members of the AMFCE, all graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, all protocol observed, good morning and a warm welcome to you all. For those who don't know me, I am Samira Chatan-Koirati, member of the AMFCE, and I will be your MC for the half day of the program. You will agree with me that when women are economically empowered, everyone benefits. Within AMFCE, one of our main missions is to always empower women, and today we will definitely witness this. All present here would remember we sealed a bond some months back between our handholdees and handholders with trust and confidence, but more importantly, a commitment where the handholders committed to assist the handholdees in overcoming their fears, their insecurities, and their appreciations when they embarked on the entrepreneurship journey. So let's go back in time and review the small video clip that was prepared at the beginning of the program.
With the ALL program, I'm looking forward to network with successful women entrepreneurs and have the right skills and resources to start my business. To start, it's better. Hi everyone, my name is Ingrid Michel, and I'm so happy of actually having completed the ALL program. It's been an amazing experience for me. I have learned actually quite a lot.
So what we did and what we agreed upon together was that Ingrid would come and spend some 2.5 months in my enterprise, helping me at the same time taking care of my digital marketing, but at the same time having this little incursion into the backstage of a potential client.
For Kathy, what I've witnessed that she has come a very long way. Initially, from the day one when we were introduced to each other, she had some fears, her doubts about her business, about her plans, about her structure. But now when I speak to Kathy, right now, after months of time of training and of studying and all that, she's more structured. I see less fears in her. She has formalized her business properly. She can do much better, and she's ready for it, I would say that, to be an entrepreneur.
I believe my major growth point in the program was to be able to take that leap of faith, to trust myself, and to be able to move on and take next step.
My main insecurity was fear of failure because of the competitiveness in the market of the business I'm in. Through that, Karuna was a big help.
Yeah.
And
we were together. You remember the first time we did a Coffee Connect?
Yes.
And before I got your list of insecurities, we already spoke about a lot.
Yes.
And I realized then you had really that fear of failure because you were leaving the corporate world to come as an entrepreneur. And it was like, how do you go about it in a world full of nail techs around you?
Yes.
So that was really that big fear in you, but then we overcame it over a lot of working sessions, talking and counseling and storytelling. And I remember I used to tell you, you have to take risks if you want to succeed in your life. Come on, Trisha, you can do it, you can do it.
My name is Danisha and I would like to launch a sustainable banana waste recycling startup empowering solo entrepreneur women. Sometimes when women heard of solo entrepreneur or woman entrepreneur, they think like, okay, it is wasting of time. But with my hand holder, my approach with the solo entrepreneur and ecopreneur woman in the vulnerable communities, it was different. I was more open to help them and to empower them so that they know how they can increase their utmost potential, not remaining idle at home.
Et du coup, on a pu mettre vraiment à la fin, tu as pu mettre carrément un prix, tu avais du mal à dire, parce qu'à la fin du jour, c'est quand même faire du business, je veux dire, c'est l'association des femmes chefs d'entreprise. On parle d'entreprise, donc il y a du business à faire, ethical business, mais du business quand même. Et si on t'écoutait, bah, c'est tout gratuit.
Hi, my name is Muskan and my business idea is to start a hair and beauty salon.
Hello, my name is Rita, handholder to Muskan, who had a very big dream. And that dream was to open up a wellness center that includes hairdressing, beauty therapy, makeup, nails, and somewhere where people could eat healthy food. My journey with her has been long, it's been fruitful, and together we have brought Muskan to tone down her dream to make it more possible for her.
Good morning. The program was an energy experience where I had online training with real businesses examples which broadened my knowledge. I also learned about project presentation and management skills. It was an amazing platform which helps me to have an insight to improve my virtual cycling department.
Let me tell you something. When the training has been completed, the online training, she sent me the certificate. She's very, very happy. I say, wow, AWE has changed her life.
My next step now, after completing the program, is to continue growing my business, even replicate it on new ideas that I may have in the future, and being able to help others through that journey.
Right now, I intend to open my own formal business with have my own workshop.
I'm planning to open my pre-primary school with the option of helping and training other young women who want to work in the early childhood care and education sector.
Hope you've enjoyed this small incursion back in time. Moving on to introduce Ms. Rima, our AMFCE president this year again. Rima created her companies in 2016 only, after a career as lecturer at the University of Mauritius, and in the private sector thereafter. Now a full-fledged entrepreneur heading a management consultancy and a timber contracting company, Rima is juggling between the somewhat brainy exigencies of consultancy clients and the very practical construction site reality, and just loving the experience. She took the presidency of the AMFCE in the heart of the COVID condition in 2020 and is today paving the way to position AMFCE as the reference in relation to women entrepreneurship in Mauritius. Indeed, she has had a very long and enriching career and needs no further introduction. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Rima for her speech.
Thank you, Samira. Mr. Andy Kelly, Acting Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius and Seychelles. Dr. Armugam Pasuraman, GOSK, Founder and President of the Global Rainbow Foundation. members of the diplomatic and consular corps, regional and international organizations, our participants on the OAR program, including those from Rodrigues and from the Global Rainbow Foundation, members of the AMFCE, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good morning. It is a great privilege for me to welcome you once again on behalf of the Association Mauricienne des Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, AMFCE as we affectionately call it. 2 years back, in 2020, whilst the COVID pandemic was threatening economies and businesses worldwide, and I had just been elected at the presidency of the AMFCE, we launched the Business Without Borders program, a capacity building cum mentoring program for established women-led businesses in the Indian Ocean region. This mentoring program had started as far back as 2015, but Business Without Borders, which builds on the COVID realities constraints, was initiated in 2020. And 1 year after, we closed the first batch of Business Without Borders with a proud success rate of 70%. Last year still, on the 28th October 2021, building on our success with the Business Without Borders program, we launched the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, or program as, again, we affectionately call it, with the US Embassy as the backbone, a totally new and unknown journey. Whilst AMFCE has a history of working with established businesses, or which focuses on startups, was a newborn, and even we were somewhat apprehensive of what we were getting involved in. But at the same time, all was a natural course of event. If AMFCE wants to remain true to its mission and to its value statement, which is of creating a culture of entrepreneurship amongst women, all becomes an important and inevitable step forward, which AMFCE embraced with open arms and with an exciting challenge, that of empowering 2 participants from the Global Rainbow Foundation. Designed for aspiring businesswomen, startups and women in the informal sector, in an attempt to help them set up, structure and formalize their business venture, the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs aimed to reach out to women entrepreneurs at a crucial stage. That moment right after a business idea is formed and initial plans have been made. At this stage, passion for the project is fueling our days and nights, yet the business itself is fragile. It is a time where mistakes are inevitable, but can be very costly, especially when time and other resources are scarce. It is a time where after the initial rush of passion, doubt, discouragement, and the wish to give up subtly settles in as we discover how much we do not know about business. It is a time when naysayers can sidetrack our plans. In this time, we need a voice, not just that of a cheerleader, but also one of someone who has been through what we are going through and can offer guidance to minimize the cost of our mistakes. By being that voice, the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs truly aims for the economic empowerment of women. And the journey amidst awe during this past year has been so enriching. Each and every one of the participants has gone through her own struggles, as awe is not only about writing a business plan, but the startup challenge is about making that business plan a reality. And awe has indeed been a dream come true. We close the first cohort of the awe program today with a resounding success rate of 96%. Indeed, 24 out of the 25 participants are graduating today, and the one dropout on the way was not because of the difficulties of creating the business, but rather because of personal constraints. And the challenges for these 24 ladies has been enormous. Most of them are working women who aspired to create a business and feel stronger before taking the leap. Some have faced structural constraints, others cultural barriers. One participant originates from India, for instance, and is now married to a Mauritian. Indeed, Muskan has created her business, but is still waiting for her official papers to formalize the enterprise. Kirti and Priyanka from the Global Rainbow Foundation have been astounding. A moment of great pride when they presented their Dream Builder certificate to their mentors. One of the participants is still struggling, or should I say fighting, the authorities to open up her business in Rodrigues. Dunisha has nearly seen her business being taken over and has learned, with the support of the handholder, to protect her baby and ensure that there is no further threat. And these are just some of the stories. And our heartiest gratitude today goes to the US Embassy for their unflinching support throughout. And I'll mention the previous Chargé d'Affaires, Jude Dibar, Nick Van Mertens, and Annick Joseph, without whom all would never have seen the light. The MCB for stepping in as a resource person, even if they are not directly involved in the program, AmCham for their assistance, and most importantly, all the handholders, without whom all would never have been so successful. And not to forget the team of AMFCE who worked on all, Sita, Samira, Trinidad, Rina, Pooja, and Geraldine. And to you handholdees, as the all program amidst the AMFCE and the US Embassy comes to an inevitable end, your journey as startups is now only starting. And it will be full of surprises, further challenges, and even failures maybe. We've supported you throughout the initial steps, whilst you were crawling, and we've made sure that you're ready to now walk further on your own. But it doesn't mean that there will be no deceptions and discouragements. And in these low moments, always remember these words that I had shared with you when we started all, borrowed from Ada Berner, founder and instructor at Skill Crush, a quote which resonates with my own personal journey as an entrepreneur. One of the most important things that I have learned is that businesses don't fail. Entrepreneurs give up. Now, sometimes giving up is the right decision, but usually you just need to dig in and figure out how to make things better. And remember, every day is a new opportunity to get up and do it better than yesterday. End of quote. So hold on tight, persevere, and make your own indelible marks on the way. And if you just look behind your back, you'll see AMFCE as staunch as ever, ready to support you further. We are always there, always. And as AMFCE dreams of now going grassroots to empower women who have no other means of earning a living, you will be the torchbearers of the AMFCE, holding bright the light that we've passed on to you and role modeling to this very vulnerable segment of our population. Thank you all for your attention, and over to you, Samira.
Moving right along, it's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Andrew Kelly, Deputy Chief of Mission of the Embassy of the United States of America in Mauritius and Seychelles, the institution behind the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. Mr. Andrew Kelly is the Deputy Chief of Mission of the US Embassy to Mauritius and Seychelles in Port Louis. Prior assignments include service as the Assistant of the US Ambassador to the Philippines and to 2 State Department counselors, the Senior Advisor to the Secretary of State. Andrew is a recipient of the Department of State's Superior Honor Award for advancing US strategic objectives in Indonesia. Prior to joining the Foreign Service, Andrew was an officer in the US Army's 82D Airborne Division. For his service in Iraq, Andrew received the Bronze Star Medal and Combat Action Badge. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Andrew Kelly.
Dr. Armugam Parsuraman, members of the Association Mauricienne de Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, participants in the Academy for Women Entrepreneur programs, mentors, colleagues, friends, and most importantly, entrepreneurs. Good morning. It's a real privilege for me to be here today, and the U.S. Embassy is incredibly proud to support this program. 2 great quotes were mentioned by our MC and my friend Rima. First, from Rima, businesses don't fail. Entrepreneurs give up. What a great quote and what a great piece of advice. Don't give up. Even if you decide that you need to shift directions, don't ever give up. And now, Rima, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've been compared to Kofi Annan, but the quote by the former UN Secretary General was really great, and I couldn't agree more. When we're looking for tools that are going to develop a more prosperous, a more equal, and a more just society, there is no more powerful tool than empowering women. And when you combine that with entrepreneurship, my goodness, what a powerful combination. But I'm honored to be with you today as we celebrate your graduation from the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs in Mauritius. This is especially exciting because you are the first cohort of graduates. So I'd like to take a moment and give our first cohort of graduates a big round of applause. So the U.S. State Department established the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs in 2019 to provide women entrepreneurs the knowledge, networks, and access they need to either launch or scale their business. As Mauritius started to reopen in October 2021, it was incredibly exciting for us to launch this program. As you graduate from this program, it is awe-inspiring. That won't be the last time you hear that pun, so please, it is awe-inspiring that you are joining an alumni network of more than 16,000 women entrepreneurs in more than 80 countries across the world. We trust that all has helped you to grow your business, networks, and adapt to this new and difficult economic climate that we find ourselves in today. Promoting entrepreneurship, empowering women, and drawing on the skills and expertise of our exchange program alumni are the priorities for the U.S. Embassy. And may I say, as an American diplomat, how pleasing it is for me today to see so many alumni of U.S. programs in this audience. The ALL program is an awesome example of how we accomplish all three of these goals. It gets worse. There are more. We could not have found a better partner than the AMFCE to implement ALL in Mauritius. And Rima, I want to thank you and your team for all you've done in this really important initiative. Rima and her team have been absolutely invaluable in adding Mauritian contacts and information to this valuable international program. So I'd like to take a moment to just do a round of applause for Rima and her team for all they did today. Rima, your energy and positive attitude is the reason why so many of the participants who started this course, 24 out of 25, correct, are here today to accept their certificates. I know the last 10 months have been incredibly busy, and I congratulate you on your success and all you continue to do to advance this important initiative. It's equally important to recognize the success of all of you, the participants. You have accomplished a lot over a difficult time. COVID-19, the state of the economy, you should be incredibly proud of what you've done. According to the 2021 survey of 1,000 ALL graduates, 74% of all entrepreneurs reported earning more revenue in their businesses, 44% reported expanding their product or service offerings, and 29% said they hired more staff after completing the program. It is our hope that you and your business enjoy a similar track record of success. As we celebrate your graduation from the ALL program today, we recognize that entrepreneurship can be challenging, especially for women. Now more than ever, we need to empower women to accelerate recovery from this crisis by ensuring that they are provided with access to opportunities to better their lives, their families, and their communities. AMFCE and the U.S. Embassy continue to look to the future, and it looks awesome. That's the last one. We will soon launch the second cohort of ALL Mauritius. We encourage you to continue to be part of this program and to give back and share your knowledge with new participants. And we hope that some of the folks that are here today being mentored will become mentors in the future. This way, the ALL network will continue to grow and benefit all society. To conclude, I would like to wish all the great women gathered here today our congratulations on completing the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs program. More than just training, we hope that ALL has equipped you with the skills and tools to plan for the future, the ability to share your story, improve your self-confidence, and boost your business revenue. So I wish you continued success, and I would ask that all of you continue to keep in touch and let us know how you're doing on your journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew, for those encouraging words. We now welcome our Dr. Armugam Pasuraman, another chief guest for today. Dr. Armugam Pasuraman, the founder, president of the Global Rainbow Foundation, Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, and Minister of Education and Science of Mauritius, both between 1983 and 1995, and thereafter Education Policy Advisor and the World Bank and Director and Representative of UNESCO. Dr. Armugam Pasuraman, who is currently the founder, president of the Global Rainbow Foundation, a charitable trust dedicated to the relief of poverty, the advancement of education, assistance to children and adults in physical and mental disabilities, and any other purpose beneficial to the public in general, and the poor and most disadvantaged. At the summum of his career with the UNESCO in 2009, Dr. Pasuraman was appointed Director of UNESCO, New Delhi office, and representative to Bhutan, India, Maldives, and Sri Lanka, where he served tirelessly until June of 2011, when he retired and returned home to Mauritius. Since 2013, Dr. Pasuraman is also the founder president of the University of Third Age Mauritius, and since 2018, the founder president of the International Tirukal Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Armugam Pasuraman.
Well, thank you very much for the kind introduction. Ms. Rima Ramsaran, the president of Association Mauritienne de Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, Mr. Andrew Kelly, Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius and Seychelles, distinguished participants, all protocol observed, the handholders and the graduates of today. Let me say how happy I am to be with you, and thank you, Rima, for inviting me. I've known Rima for many, many years, and I must congratulate you for the excellent work you're doing. You and your team. It's all a question of teamwork, and what you've been able to achieve today for me is incredible. And I'll say why. Let me therefore say how happy I am and honored to be with you this morning at the graduation ceremony of the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate. We should congratulate our guests who come forward to support us in Mauritius. So I would start with the U.S. Embassy, right? And then I'll come to you, Rima, because it's wonderful. We should appreciate that. When you have a foreign country, but friendly to us, long-established relationship with the U.S., when you come forward to give a helping hand, especially to the most vulnerable group of society, to those who are in need, that's real, genuine friendship. And I know U.S. has been doing it on many occasions. In my own life as Minister of Education, I've benefited a lot from the collaboration. But this one is unique in the sense that you have come forward associating with an NGO who's been very active in this area of entrepreneurship for women in particular. And you have joined hands with them, supported them, encouraged them, and motivated them to be able to give back to those who are in need, to empower them, and to give them dignity. By empowering doesn't only mean giving them empowerment. You give them dignity. We will see them, we've seen them in the video, and recognition and self-confidence for them to move on in life. And these are very much, in the U.S. values, which I appreciate. And I would therefore like, especially as a Mauritian, to sincerely thank the U.S. Embassy and all those who have associated with Rima for this great initiative. And we should always be grateful to those who, come and give us a helping hand in our development. All these different support will give us the big picture of a great country with development and growth, but also with proper equity. And to you, Rima, I must say that I'm very impressed with what you have done over the years, and this new leadership role that you played with AMFCE, where the association brings together women entrepreneurs from different sectors of the Mauritian economy and links to other worldwide associations to its members. The key there is partnership. We cannot succeed alone. We have to team up. And this teaming up, you do it beautifully well, first with the US Embassy, but then with other organizations in Mauritius and other women entrepreneur organizations. That, I think, is very good. And I know you are focused, you know what you want to do. You're not distracted by any sort of, interferences. And that's the pleasure of having an NGO where you are autonomous. Like me, I feel very independent. I can say what I have to say, but based on facts, I can say the truth, and I speak on most of the time the truth only. And this is the good thing about it, where you can look at your country and say exactly what is going on and what should be done to bring it. And you bring your contribution in the process. Well, AMFCE brings together women who have invested in or managed single-handedly or jointly business in the manufacturing, service, or retail sectors. Secondly, promotes and encourages professional growth and lifelong learning of its members. And thirdly, supports young women entrepreneurs in their professional development. AMFCE has been playing an active role in Mauritius and recognizes the importance of affiliation and membership with the relevant organizations and institutions, both on the local and international fronts. Such affiliations provide its members the opportunity to grow their network and make valuable professional connections, which are very vital. The path adopted by AMFCE is not that different to what we at the Global Rainbow Foundation have also adopted. The aim of the organization is to serve the most vulnerable groups, especially persons with disabilities. This is our main mission, has been our target, our focus, and we will continue along this line. We've done it for 10 years now, 11 years, I must say, this year. And I'm pleased to tell you that I've also set up a Global Rainbow Foundation in India. I'll be very active there also. It has started last month. I'm going back in August to accelerate the implementation, the establishment of this foundation there, again to serve persons with disability. And I must share with you that the launch of the Global Rainbow Foundation in India was done at AWT Madras Research Park, which is a very key institution, and they are very much open to partnership. So if you want to be connected with them, they will be prepared to do so, and we are going to work closely with them there. Well, we are also particularly interested and grateful to you because when you were recruiting, candidates for this program, you did turn to us. I must admit that it pains me because I thought more will come forward, right? Because we have a team of people with disability. But some were taken up with their work, probably, and some could not free themselves. But I'm glad that finally you got two gems, from Global Rainbow Foundation, one Kirti and Priyanka. I must say I'm very grateful to you because it has not been easy for people with disability in Mauritius to get recognized and to get the support that they need to get them to grow and succeed in life. And what you've done with these two young, dynamic ladies, who are members of my team of Global Rainbow Foundation, both of them, Priyanka was working with us after this course. I'm sure she will develop her own program, but Kirti is still with us for 7 or 8 years, I think, I don't remember, Kirti knows better. But just to tell you that by bringing these two people into your group and providing the hand-holding that you've done and making sure that you are inclusive, and this is the order of the day. And US, I must say, has the best legislation, which I keep on following, ADA, the American Disability Act, which was created to provide, but not created only willingly, but they had a big campaign that was held there. The CRIP camp, I think, no? Film is one which demonstrates that. So they have all the legislation there to back them in empowering the person with disability. And we still are struggling to get our own legislation in Mauritius, but we hope we'll come to that. But by bringing in Kirti and Priyanka in the group, I'm sure you are giving now great hope and will motivate also many of the other persons with disability. You'll be amazed. We have at least, as far as I know myself, if I can count, I think we have at least 6 to 7 graduates, persons with disabilities. Some have gone to masters. 2 of them, I know them personally. I've accompanied them, but they are not working. You know, and the story of Kirti is a very interesting story. We have many like that. I will probably share that later on. But let me tell you that by bringing them on board, and Priyanka is also a fantastic young girl, you know, a lot of courage, a lot of character in what they want to do, supported by their parents. That's another factor. The parents are the backbone of the person with disability who can rise and progress in life. So this inclusive initiative is very, very well appreciated. And I hope we are renewing this project in Mauritius. We'll try to get others now to join. I'm sure they will see the result of it, you know. And they should just be confident, they come forward, and I appreciate the way, the modalities of doing that, by getting mentors, hand-holding. That's a very good way of getting things to happen. And I'm sure that those who have prepared the business now, you will accompany them, right? There may be other hurdles now to face when you give the. I don't understand why Rodriguez is not getting the permit. I'll be happy to intervene for her, in case she doesn't get it. I met the Chief Commissioner of Rodriguez recently, and he's very keen to collaborate with Global Rainbow Foundation. We have an office there. We work closely with them. So I will personally take the point in that case, if there's a problem. I don't know what is the problem. You let me know more and I will take care of that. Well, Global Rainbow Foundation is a humanitarian service-oriented organization with our mission to serve persons with disability in Mauritius, in Rodriguez, and also in Agalega. I would just want to share with you that we have 2 brothers, Julian and Giuliano, who are double amputees in Agalega. Double amputees. And these are the 2. One is managing, the other one not yet. So we hope to empower them also. I'm doing my best to get sure that we can get them empowered also. Well, what I would like to share also with you, RIMA and AMFCE, we will be very open to collaborate with your organization to empower women with disabilities and women in general. We have Vijay Ramcharan with me, who is the director of the Global Rainbow Foundation Training Academy. We've set up our training academy. I would invite you to visit Global Rainbow Foundation Center in Petchit-Raffery. You will see what we have done, you know, to empower, to develop, and to provide facilities. Right? So we are very keen to collaborate with you. We have our own online learning portal, Moodle, and we are running courses globally also with the Commonwealth of Learning. But more specifically, we are going to focus on training, you know, in various areas of needs in Mauritius. And Vijay has launched a program of empowering women with disabilities. That will be our focus, you know, and also women in general. I think he's planning to do that. So once we launch the program, we'll share them with you. And if we can bring in our collaboration, we'll be happy to do so, right? And well, last year, in 2021, when this program was launched by the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius and the Association Mauritienne de Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, amongst the first 25 women entrepreneurs from Mauritius and Rodriguez who enrolled, we had our 2 members who joined. I mentioned about that. But during the same launching in 2021, Rima, if I may, I'll quote you what you said, and I find that very significant. The response to our call for participation was amazing. There has been great interest in the AWE Startup Challenge, and we are very proud of this first cohort and of the entrepreneurial projects. We are also proud of the profile of professionals and established entrepreneurs who have embarked with us on this journey. We believe that the AMFCE mission is to be inclusive. That should be the word of the day. That's the UN mission, inclusive, you know, in all aspects. Inclusive education, inclusive employment, and all inclusive everywhere. And we welcome, we also feel, and you also mentioned, you welcome Priyanka and Kirti from the Global Rainbow Foundation. We feel privileged that they chose our program to fulfill their entrepreneurial ambition. That was end of quote. So I would like to thank you and also the US Embassy for such an empowering and inclusive project and considering the two candidates from GRF. I would like to mention a few words from Kirti experience she shared. She must have shared that with you, but she confessed that the program was very enriching experience for her. She had online training and real business example, and I can assure you, Kirti, I've known Kirti since 10 years. She was at university doing her degree in finance and accounting. I visited her at the university in Pamplemousses, where there was also Yassinedu, another bright person with disability. When I saw her at this university, I could feel the drive, the energy she had. But she was on a manual wheelchair, which brings a lot of impediment, as you know. So what I did immediately was to give her a motorized wheelchair. And from that, she could move. I could see the joy in her eyes of having the ability to move by herself, And she completed a degree, successfully, finance and accounting, BSc honors, and then applied for a job. Wherever she applied, you have a good qualification, we'd be happy to take you. But when she says that I need to get transport from my home to come to your office, no, they don't reply to her phone at all after that. This is the story of Yassinedu, a story of Kirti, a story of many other persons with disability. But fortunately, Global Rainbow Foundation was expanding, and as soon as she finished her degree, I recruited her. She's been working with us for 7 or 8 years. And I can tell you, let me bear testimony to that. I consider her to be a star in the office. She's a wonderful person, a lot of creativity, a lot of initiative, and you will be amazed. She doesn't know Braille. She learned Braille to teach the blind. She's responsible in our office for training of persons with disability. She runs program online for them. She's head of that training unit for training disabled person for employment. And we managed to place quite some. And she has a lot of qualities. I just don't want to elaborate too much on that. And Kirti has done also a very good project with you. This project is innovative. This wheelchair recycling. We didn't have any recycling for wheelchairs. When wheelchairs get damaged, thrown away. And let me tell you the story. There was a training center for disabled in Kalbas in the north. You may be aware of that, where disabled people were going for training. And I remember having visited it some time back, and there was a boy who was deaf, who was repairing wheelchair there. You know what's the story of that center? Government decided overnight to close the center in Kalbas and in Rosebell. That boy who was deaf, he cannot speak. His father went on one radio and talked about the hardship, the frustration, the depression of his son. We heard that. As soon as we heard that, we called the father and the son. Ahmed, he came, Javed. He came. I could remember the skills he had. I find out from him, and we immediately recruited him to be the person, technician, to repair wheelchairs. And this is what Kirti project, who is heading that department. So you could see, these are the things that help to empower people. And Kirti has a wonderful project, I understand. She told me. And I just asked her before starting this meeting, Kirti, what is your project and what's the budget you need? She told me I have put the budget of 50,000, but she will get the support of all the staff. She's the boss. I can tell you she can rally people to do work for her. Don't misunderstand Kirti. She has 4 or 5 people working in the prosthesis department where we make prosthesis, and they all work under her. She gives them directions, she monitors them, she manage them also. And therefore, Kirti has told me she needs for that project to start with 50,000 rupees. You've done a lot. The US Embassy and AMFCE, you have done a lot to empower her, to give her the skills. I'm pleased to announce that Global Rainbow Foundation will give her the 50,000 rupees for her to start her business, right? And you have it as from tomorrow, get ready, and then you can launch a project and you'll get the support of all the staff. Our technicians that we have, they will all support you in realizing this. We repair wheelchair, manual, motorized, and a number of other gadgets. So I just wanted to share that with you. Priyanka, since you've also given us this special privilege of following that program, she's a very hard-working. She has her own character, I must say. Yeah, we fight often. But I love this girl. She considers me more with an elderly, fatherly relationship. Her father who is here, I must commend her father. Father has been great in supporting. I remember 6-7 years ago when they wanted to meet me because she was struggling. She wanted to go to university. You know, she just finished her high school, HSC. And she was planning to go and doing what? She was planning to do graphic design, which is a very challenging subject, as you realize. But she started, and the first time I met her, when she wanted to do that, just to facilitate her, Global Rainbow offered her a proper laptop. Well, appropriate laptop, I say, for her to be able to do graphic design. You can't take any laptop. So that was the starting point, and we accompanied her, and she's done wonderful things. I wish you, Priyanka, in your project, I'll get to know from you also what is your project, what startup you need, right? Let me know, and I'll be happy to consider supporting you also as the first two graduates for this event. I'll conclude. I think I should conclude by saying that, women is very important. I can tell you more about it because I have 3 daughters. I don't have any son. That doesn't mean I don't value women, men, but I've seen how my daughters, have been able to work hard to shine and to occupy key positions now professionally and also doing things in the right manner. But more interestingly, I think what is important for us to recognize, I will quote the First Lady of the United States, and since we are having the U.S. Embassy here, I will quote only 2 former First Ladies of U.S., right? One is Hillary Clinton, who said, "Women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world." And when you look at Africa, this is very, very much true. The pillars of development in Africa are the women. And in India also, I must tell you, the more you look at it. So if we don't empower them, don't do justice to them, they will not be able to give the best of themselves. So we need to do that. The second one is from former First Lady Michelle Obama, who said, and that's important for all those who are beneficiaries. Once you benefit, you have to think of giving back. And she said, I quote, when you work hard and done well and walk through that doorway of opportunity, you do not slam it shut behind you. You reach back and you give other folks the same chances that help you succeed. I'm confident, speaking for Kirti, she will do that. I know how she is, how she will be connecting with others, and she will do that. And I'm sure Priyanka also, and all of you. You've got this benefit. You're the first one who have been graduated. Please think of giving back. Giving back could be in terms of ideas, motivating others, not necessarily in terms of money. Giving back could be a leader to inspire the others. Be an ambassador for AWT, to be an ambassador to promote this program and motivate others to join the next batch. That would be, because they would learn, they will be more convinced by experience. If they see somebody has succeeded, they will say, okay, if she has done it, why not? I can also do it. I will conclude by offering you, each one of you, to Rima and to Andy, a copy of a book which is very close to our heart. We started that in 2020. The title of the book is I Rise. It's very significant. We chose I Rise. We were inspired by the EU program called Rise and Shine. The European Union has a program of Rise and Shine. I was the first ambassador from them, and they've kept me rolling on as ambassador of the EU Rise and Shine program. That's what inspired us. So we've chosen the title I Rise for this publication. And in 2020, we did the first edition. There were 20 persons with disabilities who distinguished themselves, and they were in that book, including Jane Constance was there, but many others. And this time, 2021, we have 21 of them. Again, different type of disabilities, men and women, young and grown up, they are all there. I'll give that to you. You'll be amazed to see how many talents we have, how many people with abilities we have in this community of persons with disability. I included one from India, Nista Jain with locomotor disability, born without arms. And I remember only Jessica Cox in US, a lady born without arms, who dreamt and became the first pilot without arms. If you go on YouTube, see that movie, you'll be amazed to see how she manages it. And this is what we have to recognize and share example. Nista Jain, I knew her when she was 10 years old in Delhi. I adopted her, followed her in her studies. Now she's at university. See what she says. Never give up. Try and try till you succeed. Nista will be coming to Mauritius in November for the Global Rainbow anniversary. If you want, I can get her to talk to your members. She's wonderful. She's a TED speaker now, and she's outstanding. Now she's at university in Delhi. And so like that, we have many cases. You will have, I'm sure you will discover that and see those people with talents. I have a few graduates working with us who are very competent. I'm sure they will benefit. I'll encourage them to join next time. There is one, Natasha Hippolyte, who got a very good result. We've recruited her. Joris is working in our office in Belrose. And she will be certainly one who could join and contribute also. So likewise, I hope you'll enjoy discovering this in the book, the 21 persons with disabilities that we've found out, we've accompanied them, and who can prove to us that if you give them the respect, if you give them their dignity, if you give them the right sort of legislation so that they can walk not on the social model, but on the human rights model, it's a right for them to go to education. It's right for them to get accessibility, and all these things. Therefore, you will realize that we have a lot of potential. So I will be happy. I'm happy to present a copy of this book. We have chosen the title I Rise, but we don't stop with rise. We want them, in the spirit of the European Union, we want them to rise and shine. And that's what we are doing, and that we have contributed to for Kirti and Priyanka. Sorry, I've taken more of your time.
Can you make some more noise?
By saying you're with BMW.